Something that's always baffled me is Rockstar Games' frequent delayed PC releases for their games. Yeah, you may have noticed this too. Rockstar Games typically releases games on consoles months and sometimes even years before they release it on PC. It's very bizarre. I've never really known the reason why. I mean, Rockstar Games, despite all of the big studio acquisitions there have been in recent years, they are owned by Take-Two Interactive, who is not owned by Microsoft or Sony, so they wouldn't really have a direct incentive of keeping their games console exclusive for a period of time. It's very weird. So, I'll never forget, over a decade ago when GTA 5 was released in September of 2013, it was released on the Xbox 360 and PS3, and it wasn't until a year and a half later, in April of 2015, that it was finally released on PC. And I was curious, I looked into it in case that was just a weird moment for Rockstar and they haven't done that recently, but no, they have continued this trend. Maybe not as severe, maybe it's not, a year and a half later when there's a PC release, but like Red Dead Redemption 2, for example, that game was released on PC over a year after its console release. And even going back in time a while, LA Noire in 2011 was released on PC months after console. Same with GTA 4 back in 2008. The only good one that I see is actually the most recent Rockstar game. That was the GTA Original Trilogy that was released back in 2021. That was actually released on day one on PC, but that's kind of the outlier, and maybe that's just because it was a remake. Now, obviously, GTA 6, that's on everybody's mind. The trailer dropped, well, it's been like 6 months ago at this point, and maybe you caught this or maybe you didn't, but yeah, GTA 6 is only at this point announced for the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series, so not the PC. So, what gives, I made a video very recently about how PC gaming just continues to grow, and there was a recent study that showed that it is actually growing at a much rapid pace when compared to console gaming these days. People, I think, are really getting tired of console gaming, and people are realizing that PC gaming is just better for a lot of different reasons. So people are making that switch to PC, but in about a year or a little over a year from now, when GTA 6 releases, they may come to regret it, because as it looks right now, it's only coming out for the two big consoles, not the PC on day one. So thankfully, somebody actually talked to the Take-Two CEO about this earlier this week. His name is Strauss Zelnick, so they did an interview on him at this conference and basically asked him, hey, what's going on with GTA 6 on PC? Are we getting this on PC? Now, he gave a very vague response. And I mean, I can't really single him out for this. I mean, this is kind of the typical CEO response to questions like this, kind of a non-answer. In a long jumble of words, he basically said that he cannot confirm or deny right now if the game is going to come out day one on PC, but that if it doesn't, it probably eventually will. He said that, quote, the right strategy for our business is to be where the consumer is, end quote. Which is, that's ironic. Isn't that kind of missing the point? The whole question is, why aren't you bringing this to PC? Yeah, very weird. So, I mean, I guess the only good bit of news here is that he didn't deny that it is coming out day one on PC. He just basically said, hey, an announcement could come at a later date, but he can't confirm or deny it right now. Now, obviously, we still have a long ways to go before GTA 6 comes out. We have over a year. They did announce a 2025 release year, so next year, and recently it was sort of clarified in an investor meeting that they plan on releasing this in the fall of next year. So, yeah, about a year and a few months from now. What I'm saying is that, hey, there is still some time left before GTA 6, so, maybe we'll get lucky, maybe they will announce it for PC. But that still leaves me to ask why. Why do they not release these games on PC day one? What is the incentive for them, since they aren't owned by Sony or Microsoft? And unless there's some really weird, backroom deal going on between the two big console companies, yeah, Rockstar isn't, getting any money from Xbox or PlayStation. Well, I looked into this, and obviously Rockstar has never came out and actually addressed this specifically. This trend, why don't they release games day one on PC? But what I'm seeing a lot of people are saying for the incentive for that, and this is of course a possible incentive, it's not confirmed or anything, but to me I think it makes the most sense. Basically, Rockstar would benefit from these multiple releases, console and then, PC at a later date, especially for a game as big as GTA, because people are so big into their games that people will buy the game literally multiple times. So like somebody who is super hyped for GTA 6 but is a PC gamer, hey, they might go out and buy a console and buy it day one for, the Xbox. Or maybe they already have a console and so they'll buy it on that. And then a year later, it'll drop on PC, and then if that's their preferred platform, well, then they'll drop another 60 or 70 bucks on it and get it again. And we saw the same thing with GTA 5, right? So they released it on console and then a year and a half later on PC. And then they even released like enhanced editions of it for 2 different console generations after its release. And to me, this kind of makes the most sense for Rockstar as far as their incentive, because they have made it clear very recently that they think that gamers should be charged periodically for a game that they are playing over a long period of time. They don't think that the flat $60 or $70 fee is fair for the game developer or the game publisher if you're putting hundreds and hundreds of hours into a game. Obviously, that was met with a lot of criticism and backlash from people, but these multiple releases, I mean, hey, that is a way that they can do this. They can release the same game multiple times and get multiple $60 or $70 payouts from the same gamers. In other words, what I'm saying is that this is kind of their way of charging way more than $60 or $70 over time in the long run, without on paper just blatantly having a $60 or $70 transaction for the same game, even though it kind of is. So yeah, unfortunately, it is not confirmed yet or denied that GTA 6 is coming to PC day one. Obviously, it'll come to PC eventually, but I think, unfortunately, Rockstar will probably not drop it day one because they could have a very big incentive for releasing the same game multiple times.